Hello good people, I'm going to explore the concept of percent. It literally means out of 100. Allow me to remind you that percentages, decimals and fractions are linked. Here is the familiar white line. I have divided it into 10 equal parts. So each part represents a tenth. Each of these fractions can also be expressed as a decimal value. And so 5 tenths can also be read as 5 divided by 10, which gives me 0.5. Each decimal value can also be converted into a percentage. 5 tenths is the same as 1/2, is the same as 0.5, is the same as 50%. Whenever I want to convert a decimal value into a percentage, I multiply by 100. And if I wish to go back from a percentage to a decimal value, I divide by 100. At the start, I said that percent means out of 100. And so each percentage can be expressed as a fraction where the denominator is 100. And so now I could say that 5 tenths is the same as 0.5, is the same as 50%, is the same as 50 100ths. Let me explore a few percentage calculations. Suppose that this square represents 625 square meters. Now I'm interested, what is 1% of that? In other words, I want to know what is 100th of 625 square meters. Well, if this big square represents 625 square meters, then 1% would be 100th of it. And on my diagram, that would be one of these little squares. How can I calculate the actual value of that 1%? We could ask ourselves, well, what is the 100th part of 625 square meters? That would mean taking 625 and dividing it by 100. We can also use a formula. To calculate the value of a percentage, I need to take the percentage and multiply it by the total. In this case, the percentage is 1% and the total is 625 square meters. I can rewrite this. 1% is same as 1 out of 100 or 100th. And that would be multiplied by 625 square meters. 100th is same as 1 divided by 100, which is 0.01. And that would be multiplied by 625 square meters. And unless I am embarrassing myself, that should be 6.25 square meters. Let me try another one. Now I am interested in 19% of 625 square meters. On my diagram, that will mean 19 of the little squares. And to calculate this, I would use the formula again. 19% multiplied by the total, which is 625 square meters. The 19% can also be expressed as 19 over 100. That can also be expressed as 0.19. 0.19 multiplied by 625 square meters should give me 118.75 square meters. Please check. What if I want to determine the percentage rather than the value of the percentage? I can rearrange the formula at the top to make the percentage the subject of the formula. When all is said and done, we would end up with the following formula. Percent equals value divided by total multiplied by 100. Let me bring in another problem. Now I am interested in calculating what is 306 square meters out of 900 meters. According to my little formula, I need to take the given value and divide it by the total. In this case, the given value is 306 square meters and the total is 900 square meters. We are multiplying by 100 in order to get the percentage. 306 divided by 900 is 0.34, and I'm going to multiply that by 100. Once I do that, I will end up with 34%. These calculated 34% could be represented by 34 little squares on my diagram. Alright, let me do one more. This time I'm interested in calculating what is 135 square meters out of 900 square meters. The given value is 135, and that will be divided by the total, 900. In order to get to the percentage, I need to multiply by 100. 135 divided by 900 is 0.15, and when I multiply that by 100, that will give me 15%, represented by 15 little red squares on my diagram. In summary, percentages are a special type of fraction where the denominator is 100. In order to calculate the value of a percentage, I multiply the percent by the total. If I am after the percentage itself, I take the value given, divided by total, and multiply it by 100. I sense that about 3/10 of you have fallen into a protective coma, while 50% of you has walked away. To the 0.2 of the student population who are left watching this, all I can say is that is all for now, and I will see you on the flip side.